considering it's a late start tonight and you had that impromptu, almost half-hour break yesterday, can that come in handy on the second night of a back-to-back?
The fact that it's a little later?
Yeah, and plus the little break in the middle of yesterday.
My afternoon nap was a little longer than usual, and I welcome that, yes. So hopefully it does benefit us. We left a little bit earlier than usual last night and kind of rushed our guys out of there because of that power outage. So hopefully we negated some of that.
What kind of challenges does Marcus Smart present defensively?
For our defense, guarding him, or what he does with his defense?
His defense.
Yeah, he just adds to all their pit bulls. I mean, they've got guys with Avery and Crowder and himself, and Evan and Isaiah get after it. I mean, their defensive pressure that their guards bring to the table is unparalleled. In this NBA season, they have great defensive guards. It's a big reason for their success, and Marcus just adds to that.
Can you lay off of him on defense because he's not a great shooter?
No, he'll knock it down. I mean, he's hit big threes against us, to hurt us in fourth quarters of games, and you certainly don't want to give up penetration to him because he's such a good penetrator. But he can knock down a perimeter shot too.
Hey Frank, how would you assess Paul's season? I mean, great November into December. Shot has been a little off in the last.
Yeah, he came out, exploded onto the scene, in October and November, and. It cooled down a little bit, both because I think he just got so much attention because he was averaging 28 points a game, and he probably he felt it in his legs a little bit, coming back having missed the season last year, so came back to earth a little bit, but continues to make great plays with the basketball in terms of trying to be a willing passer. He really doesn't force. I almost want him to attack the basket more rather than think extra pass, and I'm always preaching extra pass. But he's still obviously a huge part of what we're doing.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, the way he came back and reestablished himself so quickly. Do you think he's? I mean, we can ask him that too. But do you think he's sort of kind of readjusting to having the whole season ahead of him and the wear and tear?
Probably. He's reported that to me. At times that his legs feel a little heavy. But everybody in the league goes through that. I don't think it's a big deal because of his injury, but it could be a factor. But he still wants to practice every day. He still wants to be in there. So I think he's doing just fine.
Has Monte just finally found his groove with you guys in the system, or?
Yeah, he's getting comfortable, and his body's starting to feel better. We're managing some soreness that he's had in his knee, and when he reports that his body feels good, he's pretty darn good for us. He was spectacular last night. He was great in the Houston game, and obviously when he's playing at that level, we're going to be tough to beat.
Frank, have you reached out to Brad at all with what happened with Andrew?
I have, but I'll keep kind between he and I. Obviously a tough situation for him.
The way when he missed the game, I mean, I would assume that of any coach in the league, you're the least surprised that he would, put the life situation first.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, he's just doing the right thing. I would hope that all of us, with former players in situations like that, would do the same. But Brad's as high character a guy as you're ever going to meet, so it's not surprising.
Were you close to the Andrew Smith?
No. No.
But starting out, LaVoy, for these last 9 games, is this kind of, at least early on, is this kind of what you always envisioned, to play two mobile bigs?
No, we're going to continue to mix in the spread lineup at times. This is not something we're fixed on. But right now, the spread lineup hasn't been as effective as the big lineup, and we're in the midst of our toughest month of the season travel-wise and the amount of road games we have. So, I'm just trying to be, bring some stability and give us our best chance to get through this month. But we're still going to, be a spread team a large portion of our season. I believe in what that group can do, and it's been one of the most explosive lineups in the league at times, and the ability to match spread teams defensively, with that lineup is going to be a big part of what we're doing down the stretch. So, we've done that a lot of late, but it's not something that we've completely gone away from.
And again, looking back, George Hill, he's succeeding as 3-point shooter, spot-up shooter. In spite of your best intentions at the beginning of the season to say, the ball's going to be in his hands as much as it was last year, with him becoming more of a spot-up shooter now? Is that just the natural progression of what's happening with PG and Monte?
Yeah, it's it's a balance. It's not he hasn't gone back to not having the ball in his hands. He just doesn't have. I mean, last year he was our basically our only attacker. In terms of our perimeter players. So we had the ball in his hands a ton. It's impossible to repeat that when you have Monte Ellis and Paul George out there playing 36 minutes. So we still put the ball in his hands some, but it's not going to be at the volume that it was last year. The beauty of George Hill, he's terrific off the basketball. He can bring him off screens, he can spot up, and then when the ball swings to him, he can make plays off the bounce like he did for us last year. So we're just using his versatility.